Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please join me for a tour of the Greenwich Foot Tunnel. It's pretty interesting, this one, if you like that kind of thing. Hope you all enjoy what you're going to see. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're at the Greenwich Foot Tunnel. We're on the south side. I'm just filming the outside of this rotunda because the one over there is covered more or less over by trees, so it's hard to get the aspect of it. But this tunnel doesn't run in a completely straight line going across the Thames, which if it did, it would end there. It goes at an angle across the Thames. And I read on a online forum, whether it's true or not, that apparently this tunnel was designed to move with the tide, not like sway about all over the place, but apparently it moves with the tide. Information board. Greenwich Foot Tunnel is situated beneath the River Thames and connects Cutty Sark Gardens in the Royal Borough of Greenwich to the south with Island Gardens in the London Borough of Tower Hamlets in the north. It is a listed building. The tunnel replaced an unreliable ferry service to enable dock workers living on the south side of the river to get to and from the thriving docks and shipyards that operated in and around the area, where the modern financial centre of Canary Wharf now stands. At their busiest, London docks employed over 100,000 people, landing goods from all over the world. It was built following the approval of the London County Council Committee, chaired by Mr. William Crooks, 1852 to 1921. In 1898, William Crooks was a working class politician who once worked on the docks before a political career saw him become a local member of Parliament. Royal Borough of Greenwich, London Borough of Tower Hamlets are joint equal owners of the tunnel. Sure. The rotundas on both sides. The workers' tunnels this was called, and the one in Woolwich is known as the same. I'll let you pause and read this because it will take too long otherwise and make the video very long. It's just all the statistics and stuff. Oh, it opened in 1902. I thought it was on the internet. It says 1909. The internet is a most unreliable source of information, I'm afraid. And that's like the inside bit of the tunnel, ventilation pipes and drainage and whatnot. Right, show you, because it does have a plaque up there, but if I'm able to do what I want to do, it will be in the rotunda on the opposite side where it's quieter and the police station is furthest away from that one. This tunnel, constructed by the London County Council, was opened in August 1902. So yeah, this is 10 years before the Woolwich one. But yeah, if you check online, it says about it being opened in 1909. So and we're in, guys and girls. The magic keys worked. Won't be long doing this one, but we're in. This one's very different to the other one. Let's get up the top out of the way. do. I'm off. Good afternoon, ladies and gents. We are at the Greenwich Foot Tunnel. This was the first of the two actually fully working pedestrian foot tunnels to go under the Thames. The second one was the Woolwich one. There is, well, it's still there, the tunnel. The Tower subway. If you look it up on the internet, they tried to open it as a kind of a hydraulic railway, and it was a flop right from day one. And then they pedestrianised it as a tunnel, but it didn't really work. And then it was turned over to power companies and whatnot, and that's what runs under there now, power cables and stuff. Yeah, interesting structure nonetheless, and one of the ones that I would like to get into if I could. But yeah, this is the Greenwich one. And I don't think we're going to be able to do what we did the other day, because you never know, the access to the upper area is really tricky to get to. I believe. We shall see. Watch this space. I don't know if the lift works. We'll walk down and get the lift up on the other side, hopefully, unless what happens to me at Woolwich happens again. But this rotunda is massive. It's much bigger than the one at Woolwich, much bigger, and it's domed, got a glass dome, whereas the one at Woolwich is roofed. So we descend into the tunnel. This may not interest some people, but I know a few people are interested in tunnels, and this one has got a little bit of an interesting repair to it, as I said in my catch-up live earlier. It's built just like, well, exactly the same as the Woolwich one, the shaft and the tunnel, I believe. The rotunda is very different, though, as I said, to the Woolwich one, much more different. Doesn't look as if the lift was working anyway then. Right, I think we're at tunnel level now. York stone paving, exactly the same as the Woolwich one. Here we are. The lifts are much bigger as well, much bigger. Like this shaft thing for the lifts is massive compared to the Woolwich one. So when they built this, they obviously did the Woolwich one and thought, well, we don't need it on such a large scale. It's at this end. This here, what we're going to see is the Second World War repair. This was bombed when the tide was out, this bit, in the Second World War. And this is the repair. Oh look, Second World War bomb damage repair. This short length of tunnel was repaired following the bomb damage that occurred on the first night of the Blitz on the 7th and 8th of September 1940 during the Second World War. The damage resulted in the tunnel being closed immediately for repairs to stop leaks and potential flooding. Had the tunnel been more severely damaged, the resulting closure would have had major long-term impact on travel across the river. As the tunnel formed a much relied upon cross-river link connecting housing in the south and industry and docks on the north. It was an essential part of the war effort. Sorry everyone, I was just checking. I thought I'd lost my wallet. No, I haven't though. Preliminary repairs to stem the inflow of water were successful. By early 1941, the repairs had been completed and the tunnel fully reopened to the public. The repairs include the exposed metal ring segment lining, which you can see here today. Wait for this gent to go by and then I shall show you. Cheers. There we are. So yeah, this is all bomb damage from the Second World War. We've done a good repair on it. Exactly like a railway tunnel obviously, but it narrows this tunnel quite a bit. Yeah, and I thought I'd lost my wallet, so I had a panic then. Butlin. I like the Woolwich one, it's got its white tiles and such. That's interesting, that.
Clearing 6.5, 7 grand a month.
It's nice and cool down here as well, I must say, just like the Woolwich one. Doesn't seem to be as leaky as the Woolwich one. Part of the Greenwich Foot Tunnel repairs was to clean the tiles, which you can really tell the difference between this one, which doesn't look as if it has its tiles cleaned, as you can see, and the Woolwich one. So they had to do quite a few repairs and restorations on the Woolwich one. It was closed for a couple of years, and interestingly enough, this is like only like urban legend kind of thing, but check it out on the internet. Type in Woolwich Tunnel time warp. The men that were working on the tunnel, they were saying that when they were down there, they could be down there for an hour, several hours, and when they came back up the top, only 10 or 15 minutes had passed. Honestly, I'm not pulling your legs. Have a look at it on the internet. I'll try and find the article again. I did share it on my page when I first started the page. But I'll find it again, or you can have a read of it. Yeah, the Woolwich Tunnel time warp and that kind of thing. I thought, wow, that really interested me. I've been down there several times, and I like to experiment with things. Timed it and whatnot. Nothing like that, of course, happened. But then some people say that these kind of weird paranormal things only happen when you disturb places and start renovating and decorating and what have you. So yeah, I'll leave that one to whether you're a believer or a non-believer in that kind of thing. I'm open-minded, and when it comes to that, the tunnel one, I'm an open-minded skeptic. But we are now under the Thames. My nan hated the Woolwich Foot Tunnel, absolutely hated it, terrified her, really scared her. She said, oh no, I'll take my chances on the ferry. Ferries don't burst and kill you within seconds, boy, do they? And that really made me laugh. She was funny like that. I said, well no, you could drown on the ferry. She went, no, they've got those life raft things. But interestingly enough, I heard a couple of people, older people, say that in the war, people came under these tunnels and took shelter. I can't find any official reference to that at all. So I'm not calling bollocks on it, but I don't know. In safety's sake, I would have thought they would have shut the tunnels when the air raids come, because we're not particularly deep under the Thames, shown by the fact of the damage on the other end of it. And had they received a direct hit, anyone down here, you would never have got out, like, because of the effect of the water and whatnot. I believe it would have either sucked the air out of your lungs, or you would have drowned pretty quickly. But yeah, I heard a couple of people say that when there was air raids over at Woolwich, people ran down there, not officially as a war shelter, but that's what they did. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But yeah, let's look back. Both tunnels dip down in the middle and come back up either end. But with you, some people might find this really boring, but these are the only two pedestrian foot tunnels to have ever worked under the Thames, really. I mean, Brunel's first tunnel, it worked, and there was a lot of calamities building the thing, and it was put on hold for a good long time as well. But it didn't stay open for long as a tunnel, because it had like shops and things in it, and pretty soon afterwards it became what the Victorians called a den of iniquity. Like, there was prostitutes down there and pretty unsavoury shit going on. So when the railways came along, it was turned over to railway traffic. But it is the first working tunnel under the Thames, Brunel's one. And the only way to see it is to do the train journey, so I'll probably do that sooner or later. We are now on the Greenwich side, and the lift is working on this side. Fortune has fared me well and been quite kind. Thank God. Right. Everyone. Let's press the lift. These are much bigger than, as I said, much bigger than the Woolwich one, and the lifts are bigger as well. Obviously, by the time they built the Woolwich ones, they just scaled it back a lot. This is a much busier area though than Woolwich, and a more being right next to the Naval College and everything, a more high class area, so that could have been something to do with it as well. There could have been a bit of class stuff going on. There we go.
Doors closing. Ground floor. Doors opening.
Alright, there it is. Look, and you can see the wooden interior of the lift. They've kept these looking nice. The Greenwich Foot Tunnel obviously was on a much smaller scale, and the lifts are the same as these, done out exactly the same on a much smaller scale. But when I was a kid, the lifts in Woolwich still had their cage doors on, and they had lift attendants. So now, my little poppets, we are on the south side of the river. We've gone south, bruv. South. I can hear music. I like merry-go-round. And that, ladies and gents, is the Cutty Sark. Oh, how charming. And that over there is the thing we've come from. So this tunnel, rather than running in a straight line across the Thames, it runs at an angle going this way. But yeah, we are here at the Cutty Sark, Southside Rotunda. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that for now. Take care all, and I shall see you all soon. Hope you all found that as interesting as I did. Take care, see you all soon. If you did like it, please give it a like and a share. I keep forgetting to say that. Thank you.
Hope you all enjoyed the tour. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Thanks very much for watching. See you all again soon.